Good morning and welcome to Thursday Morning with LindaZ. We are back here in the studio and I am very proud to be standing next to a beautiful Janome M6 machine over here. This is a wonderful machine. I love it. I have one myself. I have the M8. The M6 here is just about the same machine as the M8 because they have the same power. You have a lot of the same features. You have the capacity to be able to add some of the features that the M8 does come with, but they're optional accessories. And so what we're doing is with the M6 here, the little sister of the M8, you can afford that beautiful stitch quality that the Janome promises everyone. You have the exact same structure of a machine. It's the same footprint as that big sister of the sewing only machine M8 or the M7, which was the predecessor of the M8. You have the gorgeous, gorgeous stitches. What we're going to do today is we're going to put this machine into action and we're going to show you how to do a little project I've got in mind. I've been watching these Bamboo Fat Quarters over at the store. They're very soft. I mean, just really, really soft. And I'm trying to think, I have been trying to think of different projects that we could make using this. And I was thinking that'd be so great to do like a checked, because they're pieces that are French fat quarters, so they're bigger than the usual fat quarter. They're 30 inches by 19.5 inches. So a regular fat quarter would be 22 this way by only 18 this way. You get an inch and a half extra this way and a bunch of inches extra this way. So these are quite big pieces of fabric. And so today what I'm going to try and do with this piece of navy blue bamboo is a neck warmer.
Hi sewing friends, it's Linda here with a cup of coffee. I hope you have one too. The wonderful thing about this channel is that it's a tribute to sewing, quilting, and embroidery. We showcase an array of machines that will fit every project that you can even imagine. Do you enjoy our content? Well then please lend us your support with a subscription, a like, a comment, positive comments. We love hearing from you. For product inquiries, just LindaZ.com. It's always open. We have a dedicated sales staff that look forward to helping you make the right choice with your future machine needs. And let's embark on today's sewing journey.
So I'm going to use the technique of the infinity scarf. So I've got one of my favorite infinity scarves right here. It's a lot wider in here. So basically we're a little bit shorter because this one, before we start sewing it, is the 36 inches, is that whole yard wide. So I've got more room there. But you'll see this piece that's 30 inches will work. I'm saying that, I haven't done one yet. We will see at the end of our project how we fit it, because it's a knit in the end of the day. This is a knit, it does have some stretch, so we will be able to slide it over our head. So let's go ahead and take our piece. So they come in all kinds of colors, right? I brought the white and the navy because I was going to think about backing a smaller quilt or a lap quilt with a check of, check squares of the navy and the blue, and you could just piece these together and make them a really cute back. It could actually be a cute front of a quilt too, just that check, but bigger checks, right? I would take squares, bigger squares, and create the top of a quilt, and then you could back it with Minky or Cuddle or anything you want. So that was another idea. Some people were saying you could make a head wrap or something using these, because that's also very soft. You could make a hat of some sort. But so and then someone else said they made the cover for their seat belt in their car. They made a really cushy cover with some batting in there if the seatbelt is too tight, then that's a way to, and then they put Velcro so that you can take it on and off and clean it if you need to in their car. So that was some ideas. If you have any ideas, please share them with us. That would be great, because we are looking for great ideas for what to use this for in these pre-cut pieces of the bamboo. Okay, so first, let's go ahead and take the hot dog style. So lengthwise, we're going to put right sides together. So the soft side facing the soft sides facing each other. The other side feels kind of like a terry cloth, like a towel. So you could do it either way, really. But I mean, why waste the softness on the inside of a neck warmer when we can have it towards our neck? Okay, so let's do this right sides together. I am going to pin all the way down the length, because what we're going to do is first we're going to stitch along the length. So I'm going to take my beautiful Tula pink pins with the unicorn heads on them, and I'm going to pin all along. So that's our first seam. And really you could do this with any kind of thread, or any feet, the feet that are on the machine. I've got just the standard foot on the machine. Let me see which one I've got here. It's the A foot, right? So that's the A foot on my Janome M6. These are pop-on feet. They're fabulous. They're really great to use. Here, I'm sideways a little bit, so get that back on. And I've got just this 30-inch length to pin here, grabbing all my pins, and then we're going to go over to the machine and actually stitch this. So it's not as slippery as a cuddle would be. It's actually sticking quite well to each other. So I don't imagine I will have a problem with it slipping around the way the Minky would be. So like this piece here, if you're going to do this in a cuddle, of course, the piece that you would have to cut a yard, because you want that 36-inch, and then I think whatever 60 divided by 18 is. I didn't do that math. If you want to do that math, that's how many scarves you could make with a yard of cuddle that is 60 wide. Okay, so let's go over here. I've got my 3-ply polyester thread. So I've got my Metler. I've got one in white here to show you, because I was debating whether I should do it in the white or in the navy blue, and I chose navy blue. So my Metler thread is my 100 weight thread over 3-ply. And so it's very strong. So with a knit, you want that strong poly thread so that when you are stretching it to put it over your head, you're not going to break any of those threads. So they're stronger than a cotton would be, for example. Cotton would probably break when you are pulling on it a little bit. Okay, so let's go here. And I'm just going to do a seam allowance that is so my needle is in center position. I've chosen my first stitch, straight stitch on the utility stitches of the machine. And what's nice about this machine is that I don't have to like manually lower the foot at all. All I have to do is press my foot control, and it's going to start stitching. So I've chosen a 2.8 stitch length, and I'm in, like I said, in the middle needle position. And I've got my thread all threaded up. Oh, my speed is at really low speed. Let's quicken up the pace of our speed here. And I guess I could just go back a couple stitches to reinforce that stitch. And then now I'm just gonna like let her reel. I've got the same same thread in my bobbin as I do in the upper thread, which is that navy blue 100 weight Metler. So let's just go ahead and cruise along. This machine goes up to 1,300 stitches per minute, and it's faster than me. So if I really ever learn how to sew faster, it will definitely accommodate me at a faster pace, for sure. And any of you Speedy Gonzalez's out there, you would love this machine. It is going so fast. I love it. And the precision is wonderful. We did just end up doing a 2-day training with Janome. They came into town here, into Chicago, and we just had a ball on the Janome machine. The CM17 is the machine we were featuring at that training, but it was, so that's even the big sister of the M8, because it adds the embroidery feature to the machine. And boy, did we have fun. You guys can expect some really great events coming here from Janome over at LindaZ. It's going to be super fun. Keep your eyes open for those. They're great. All right, so here we go. I'm at the end here. Can reinforce that a hair. And then my automatic scissor cutter, and then the presser foot lifts automatically as well, and we're done on that, so that's great. So I can come over to my workstation again, and I've got my seam here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it's almost like a sleeve, right, of a garment, and I'm going to put my hand all the way through and I'm going to pull it right side out. So I've got my right side out, just like I would do an infinity scarf. This is, like I said, a little bit shorter, so it's going to be called a neck warmer. We're doing a neck warmer here, folks. But I am going to do the twist that you can see. It's a really cute little twist that they have in the infinity scarf. I am going to do that same twist, and hopefully that won't take away too much space on my neck warmer. But what you do is, I've got my seam towards the top here. My seam is right there. I've got that all flattened out. I'm going to take this over, and I'm going to, as I fold it over, I'm going to twist that so that one seam over here, one seam is facing this way, and the bottom seam is facing that way. So I've got these all together here like this now. Okay, so the two middle sections are going to be held by my hand here. I'm going to hold these, so I've got this flap back here and I've got this flap up here, and I'm holding the two sections together. My two seams are on opposite sides. I'm going to go in, reach in, and I'm going to pull the inners out so that I can create a way to stitch this pretty sides together again in the center of my scarf. So I'm in the center of my scarf, and I was holding that the whole time so that I do still have my seams opposite each other here. And what I'm going to do now is pin, and we're going to leave an opening. We're going to leave an opening to be able to pull it through again once we're done. So basically I'm going to outline where I'm leaving an opening with two pins, and I'm going to leave it open about this much. So you can see how much I left it open. Maybe I'll go in a little bit more, because at the end you're going to have to sew that shut. So I don't want it to be too wide. Okay, so the rest around, we'll pin all the way around. It's kind of like putting in a sleeve here, a little bit like that, because you want to ease it in. There's a little bit of potential puckering going on, but not that much. So I've already ironed that out with my hands here. So I'm pinning all the way around, and then I'm going to take this over. So remember, there is a section here that we're not going to stitch, but we're going to start here and then work our way around. So I'm going to take this to the machine, and actually a good way to do this I've seen before is to take and start this way. So if you can see the open seams are, the raw edges are towards the top, and they're parallel to the machine base here. And I'm just going to start and go into about a ½ an inch seam allowance. And let's just take these pins out here. That's the beginning of my opening, and I'm just going to stitch into my seam allowance and back again, and then go forward again to that place. And then what I can do is have my pivot so that when I'm done I can just lift. So there's a button where you've got your ability to do to pivot, and the foot lifts ever so slightly so that you can pivot your fabric underneath there. So that's a really nice feature of this machine. Oh, and by the way, this machine does come with a limited time only. It's coming with a wonderful package. So some of the optional accessories that would not normally come with this machine are actually coming with it at a really affordable price right now. So if you are in the market for a beautiful, a very strong sewing machine, this is your machine, this Janome M6. So I'm going to go all the way around and stop at those double pins on the other side. My pins over here. Just going slowly around, making sure I'm just stitching on those two layers all the way around. So just for information purposes, yeah, I'm tucking the other part to the left underneath. And I'm remembering that I'm almost at my 2 pins here, and that is where I'm going to stop, pretty much where that was here. Stopping there and then pivoting, and then I want to reinforce this area here because this is where I'm going to pull through. I can reinforce that one more time. Very good. And I just scissor cut that. Again, automatic lift. It's so awesome. I love this machine. Okay, and so now go back over to my workstation, and I have this opening here. Remember how we had this opening? So this is where I'm going to bring my right sides out. So it's really nice that I did that reinforcement on those sides, because then it won't pull, right? Because that's how you would actually tear out a seam. If you wanted to, you could actually tear it by pulling it. But here, it's really reinforced well. So let's pull this through, all the way through. So much fun. But it's, again, it's a very soft knit. This is going to be a wonderful neck warmer. Coming through. Oh, there we go. We're all the way through. Ooh, this is so cute. Okay, so then we have this last seam that we want to be able to close up, because it is a hole here. So we want to just close that up with like a, you could just do a straight stitch along there, or you could do a zigzag or something like that. Let's actually pin those together. I do love these unicorn pins from Tula Pink. I'm not sure if we actually sell them anymore. We have to look at that. I would love to get them into more people's hands because they are so cute and long, super long and very sharp. Very good pins. Okay, so let's grab a, I don't know, let's grab a serpentine. And so I can adjust my serpentine by making it, I think it looks good actually, that serpentine. It's 5 millimeters wide. Do I want to make it narrower? I can make it narrower. Then the serpentine part, and then shorten the stitch length. So it looks like, yeah, that looks great. So this is how on the screen itself is how I change my stitch length and width. So then let's go ahead and stitch that down. I'm going to keep the edge of the fabric right there on the end. And again, I don't have to manually lower my presser foot. It does it all naturally by itself. And we are just closing off this opening. Very good. And that's a lot of reinforced stitches, so we are good to go. That is now closed. Just trim off the tails here of the thread. And we have got ourselves a beautiful, should I try it on? Even with my glasses? Oh, there we go. Oh, nice neck warmer. It's probably covering the microphone, but look, it's closer to the neck, so it's doing the purpose of warming the neck. So we've got our project, and we made it with just one of these bamboo parts. So if you're a member of our Sew Club, you get 20% off any day of the week on these. So you should try them out. There are like 7 or 8 colors. I know there's pink, there's baby blue, there's beige, there's black, there's navy blue, white, and actually there's white, and then there's like a écru, they call it in French, which is like a off-white. So, and there's more, I'm sure, than that. So, or like a copper colored one, I think there was one. So yeah, and we can reorder those anytime. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're thinking about this beautiful Janome M6, because that bundle that they have is, you can call us and we can give you the information about that bundle. They are definitely available now, and you do have the knee lift lever as well. I mean, there's all kinds of features I didn't even mention, but it's one. Oh, look at this one, just one last one before we leave. Look at how easy this is for this stitch plate to come off. It comes with 2 stitch plates, the zigzag plate and the straight stitch plate. And then you can, I think right now in that bundle might be that HP plate for doing the AccuFeed free motion stitching right now. And look how easy. I just put that back on, no screws. It was as easy as that to take that off. So there you have it in a nutshell, and have a wonderful Thursday. See you next time.